I cautiously gripped the armrest of my captain's chair, my eyes fixated on the view screen, wondering what sort of life the planet ahead could support. Our mission was one of discovery, to unravel the mysteries of an unknown sector in the Outlands. Little did we know the horror that awaited us. As we were waiting for our E-drive to recharge at this anchorage, the ship's sensor suddenly blared, indicating an anomaly ahead. As we drew closer, a chilling sight unfolded before our eyes. A sinister vortex of malevolent energy, pulsating with an eerie glow. It devoured everything in its path. Fiery tendrils extended into the planet's core, tearing it apart piece by piece, leaving only desolation in its wake. Fear gripped my heart as the realization sank in. This was not a mere celestial phenomenon. It was a living nightmare, hungry for our destruction. Panic surged through the crew, their voices trembling with trepidation. We were but a tiny vessel, a fragile speck in the face of such cosmic horror. Desperation and resolve intertwined with me as I called upon my crew's bravery. With each passing moment, it crept closer. Its ominous presence threatened to consume us. The ship's hull groaned under the strain, warning us of our impending doom. In those final moments, as its tendrils encircled us, I closed my eyes, embracing for the unknown. Our sacrifice, our bravery in the face of the unimaginable, would forever be etched into the annals of exploration. Our names, our stories, would live on as a testament to the boundless courage of those who dared to venture into the unknown. And as the ship succumbed to the Balefire's wrath, we became part of the cosmic tapestry, forever entwined with the mysteries of the uncharted region we sought to unravel. Hi, and welcome back to Tabletop Tavern. I'm Icestern, and today we have another episode of Starforged, Forged in Fire. In this episode, I want to go over the starting sector for our game. If you're new to Starforged, a starting sector is just an area of space where your adventure begins. The Forge is divided into 4 regions called Terminus, Outlands, Expanse, and Void, each of them growing increasingly less populated the further out from the core. The first decision for your starting sector is to choose which region you'd like to start your game in. Instead of randomly rolling for this, we decided to choose Terminus. We felt that starting out in a populated area was a little more in line with what we were looking for. It's not to say that our story won't take us out into these other regions. In fact, I hope it does. It's just starting out, we didn't want to worry about being in an area where survival was going to be difficult. Welcome to our starting sector, Devil's Vertex. Let's jump into Foundry now and I'll show you around. Your region determines how many starting settlements to make. In our case, it would be 4 since we're starting in Terminus. A settlement is just a location that has other people. It can range anywhere from just a few to several thousands. These will provide hubs for questing and role-playing to expand the story. After determining how many settlements, you'll need to generate some details for them. The lovely thing about Starforged are all the oracles to help you fill out these details. For each of these settlements, we rolled for settlement name, location, population, authority, and the settlement project, which we rolled twice on just to give a little more flavor. Our 4 starting settlements, which are identified by these green squares here in Foundry, are Sagan, Providence, Selena, and Rampart. For Sagan, we rolled that the location is orbital and has a population of few. Authority is ineffectual, and the projects are salvage and defense. Providence is actually located planet-side. It has populations of tens of thousands. The authority is tolerant, and it has 2 projects that are trade and medical. You'll see some additional details here. We'll come back to this. Selena, we also got planet-side and tens of thousands for population. The authority is oppressive, and the projects are archaeology and engineering. For our last settlement, Rampart, we have another planet-side settlement with a population of 1,000. The authority is none or lawless, and the projects are secrecy and salvage. The next step in generating your starting sector is to fill out some details of the planets. If any of the settlements were planet-side or in orbit, you can generate a planet for that settlement. At this stage, just a planet type and a name is all that you'll need. Other things for the planet will get generated once you visit it. The planet that Sagan is orbiting is an ocean world called Siren. Providence is on a planet called Artemis. Again, you'll see some extra details here, and we'll come back to this. Silex is a rocky world that the settlement of Selena is located on. And Aerocath is a Jovian or a gas giant planet that has Rampart. Since this is a Jovian planet, we might potentially learn more that Rampart is on a moon or something. At this point, you generate stars for the sector. This is an optional step in the rulebook, but we went ahead and did it for the star that our starting planet and settlement orbits. It's a blazing blue star called DV313. Once you have your settlements ready and planets generated, you can start placing them on your sector map. The rules just state to place them however you like, but we wanted to give it a bit of randomness, so we did some rolls based on the grid and placed them in that manner. Also, part of placing the planets and settlements on the map, you have to place the passages. Think of these as the freeways of the sector. Traveling outside of these can be dangerous and have slightly different mechanics, or what Starforged likes to call moves. Since we're starting in Terminus, we could generate 3 passages in this sector. These are the transparent white hexes you see in Foundry. Now that the sector framework is completed, we can dive in with a bit more detail about the settlement that we're going to start in. The rules just state to pick one that seems interesting to you and then roll on some more oracles to flesh out the details for the first look, settlement trouble, atmosphere, observed from space, and planet-side features. As you saw previously, our starting settlement is going to be Providence. At first look, Providence is built within a repurposed ship with an elevated or multi-level construction and hidden or subsurface location. With the size of the population it has, we thought it'd be neat if this was like a huge capital ship that has landed or crashed on the planet and is now unable to fly. It's the permanent home for all those people that were aboard the ship. If we look at some more of the features of Artemis, we can see that the atmosphere is thin to none. This leads us to think that the population of Providence is pretty much stuck on the ship. Some of the other features of Artemis are that it is a rocky world with towering plateaus and a massive impact crater. Some planet-side features are superheated caves and subsurface magma flows. Artemis is a harsh and rugged world orbiting a blue sun called DV313. Its thin atmosphere offers little protection from the intense solar radiation and cosmic rays. The surface is dominated by towering plateaus that rise above the barren plains and valleys. One of the most striking features of Artemis is the massive impact crater that covers a large portion of the northern hemisphere. The crater is a testament to the violent history of the planet and the source of its subsurface magma flows. These flows create superheated caves that harbor some of the only life forms on Artemis. The caves are home to strange and exotic creatures that have adapted to the extreme heat and pressure. Artemis is a planet of contrasts and challenges, but also of wonders and mysteries. There are a few more steps involved with the starting sector, but they fit more in line with our characters more than the sector itself, so I'll get into those in a bit more detail when we do our next video about our characters. And then that video should be the final one before the game actually starts. I wanted to do these videos just to give you an idea of what we had going through our minds when we were creating the universe. Starforged is great about giving tons and tons of ideas to just make your mind go wild and just envision whatever you want to envision for your game. So I hope you enjoyed these. If you did or didn't, please let me know in the comments below. And if you did enjoy it, I would appreciate if you would like and subscribe to my channel. It really does help. I'm looking forward to seeing you again in the next episode. So thanks for watching and take care.